Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm Sandeep Kulkarni, admin of Danik Foundry Group. Welcome you all to this 45th webinar on Coldbox core technology. We all know that in Foundry there are various processes, various sections like melting, molding, sand, core, fettling, etc. But frankly speaking, core is very important section, but though it has been very much neglected in attention by all the foundry ones. Basically, we have given more focus on melting and sand and molding and patterns, but core is somehow it has been neglected in all respect with process control, cost, or it may be tooling, or it may be the management concern as well. So we have taken this opportunity to take up with this topic, and we have today with us four experienced person. Unfortunately, Mr. Gokhale is not having today's this session because of some health issue. But today we have four very experienced personalities and speakers with us: Mr. Avinash Joshi, Mr. A.M. Deshpande, Mr. Ramnan sir, and Mr. N.A. Gore sir. So we have four very experienced personality to share their experience and guide us for betterment in this regards. So I request first of all Mr. A.M. Deshpande sir to start with the presentation, as Joshi sir is not having his video is on. So I request Mr. A.M. Deshpande to start the presentation. Yes, sir. Hand over to. I think he lost. Okay. Deshpande sir, you can unmute yourself. You are already co-host.
Yeah, unmute.
Yeah. Yes, you can start with.
No, we can only see slide. That checklist has to come, no?
Yes, yes, yes. No, you can start.
I hope you can see me now.
No, that is true, but Sandeep, that checklist is not coming.
Checklist is there, sir.
No, I am not able to see it. I am unable to see.
1 minute.
Now you have to make a bigger view, na? Coldbox process control core. That now it is came. Yeah. So shall I start?
Yeah.
So good evening once again. Myself Deshpande. I am a foundry consultant in Kolhapur now. I started my career in Shivaji Sholapur. About 24 years I was there. Later I joined Valchanagar Group, then Belgaum, then Kolhapur. About 10 foundries I have covered. Last 7 years I am doing the technical content. So welcome all. I'll start now. I have assumed that basically the sand which we are using It's a process control checklist. My topic is how to make a process control. So sand is okay as per the specification. Now I'll start. First will be the hydraulic pressure specification as per control plan. Hydraulic pressure, then air pressure, both are important basically. Hydraulic pressure is for the clamping of the core boxes, no gap at parting line. Sufficient pressure should be there so that while shooting, the core box should be in the same place. There should not be any gap. Otherwise, across parting dimensions of core will increase and sand spillage will be there and core will not be dense. Then comes the air pressure. Air pressure specifically I have mentioned that air pressure near receiver of the machine. And one thing I would like to add, it should not be, the air should not contain the drop of moisture. Filter should be there. Then third point will be the ejection system, level of pin, plate, overall condition. These are to be most important because the core will not come out or damages will be there on the core. Then next point will be amine gas temperature. It should be above 90 degrees centigrade. Then HPP time, LPP time. These are also important. Amine gas temperature is most important. Normally what happens, amine gas heater is far away from the machine. Actually, it should not be. It should be as near as possible because after heater, the length of the pipe is more, then there are the chances of dropping the temperature. That care has to be taken. Then there should not HPP time, LPP time as per the type of core, type of machine, and machine parameter that has to be checked. Then no gap at parting line. Then brass vent cleaning. This is most important because as compared to the shell core, core box core, flowability of the core box sand is comparatively much less. So to get dense core, brass vent cleaning is most important activity. Then comes dry sand and reclamation sand. Nowadays, everybody is using reclaimed sand. So that percentage, as per the job, what is decided, that has to be maintained. Next. Sandeep, next point. Hello?
Yeah, already done.
Yeah. Next point is calibration of resin, binder, and as 7 number point, percentage of resin sand, reclaimed sand, and fresh sand. Every day before starting of shift. That can be decided foundry to foundry, it can vary basically, but some people, they do the same in the general shift also, basically, in front of the core shop manager or quality control manager. That has to be done. Then tensile strength of resin, immediate and after 4 hours. So once the calibration of sand, additives, everything is done, then tensile strength of the dog bone piece has to be checked immediate and 4 hours. If variation is there, accordingly, we have to do the correction. If it is less, then you may have to add the binder. But this is most important parameter of cold box core. 4 hours, this much, immediate 4 hour, 12 hour, 24 hour. Record should be there, basically. Batch-wise record has to be there. Then comes the mixer. Gap between scraper plate, it should be 2 mm. Blade and scraper, 2 mm gap should be there. It has to be checked weekly. Normally, just like in machine shop, first piece approval of core has to be done. Visual inspection, breakage, crack, damage, dead score, proper venting as per control plan or SPS, standard processing. Then brass vent, normally brass vent doesn't come in the level. If it is not in the level, that has to be taken care of while the dressing. Then scratch harness, immediate and after 4 hours. These are the most, scratch harness is the most important test basically. Atom wise at start or frequency to be decided by the each foundry. But this is most important test, at least in the nowadays monsoon is there. Everybody knows that Kolba score is hygroscopic. So these tests are most important and those should be in the within limit as per the control plan. If it is not falling in the limit, accordingly we have to do corrections. Then discharge temperature of sand near mixture. Discharge temperature is also maintained important because that resin reaction is important at around about 30 to 35 degrees in the exact correct reaction takes place. If temperature of sand is below around 25 or 28, basically in monsoon, at that time for the same addition, we get less strength. If you increase the temperature 30 to 35, above 30, then we can get the correct strength. These are the experiments done by me personally, and we have done the record also basically. So this is most important. Normally around immediate tensile strength should be around 6. But if you maintain the temperature, same batch, same resin, same sand, at least from 5.8 to around 7 or 7.4, it comes. So this much marginal but good increase is there. That is most important parameter. That's why I mentioned it. Discharge temperature of sand near mixer or discharge of mixer. Date code on core, because after 48 hours or 78 hours, strength Kolba score hygroscopic in monsoon. So that has to be checked and we can correlate the rejection also. That's why date code in core. Then dressing of core, parting line deburring, brass vents, leveling, porous zone, field or not. Of course, this checklist is related with the manual operation, not robo. So accordingly, I have designed the this checklist. Porous zone field, no extra rubbing. Sometimes assembly points are there, in especially crankcase and other things, or near camber also. If near camber, if you rub more, then camshaft fouling also may occur. So assembly fouling zone has to be standard process instruction should be there for critical course, mentioning the sketch that should be near the dressing zone of the core shop. Then comes will be the painting, assembly of core, viscosity, DFT, paint booth cleaning. Paint booth cleaning is most important basically. Weekly has to be done because a lot of the paint settles and it has to be cleaned. Though the stirrer is there, but every week we have to clean it. Then oven, cycle time, setting, trolley out time. As per the sizes of core, weight of core, the cycle time of core drying oven is important. Foundry to foundry, it may vary, but that has to be checked. Then trolley out time also important, because after trolley out, everybody has to decide a time. After trolley out, after half an hour or 4 hours or 6 hours, the core should go in the mold. That's why it is trolley out time has to be maintained. Then moisture after drying of core 0.5% maximum once in a shift. It has to be done basically whether drying is proper or not to ensure that this is most important. Though cold box core is less gas, around 10 cc per gram at 985 degrees centigrade, the gases of cold box core are less. But if the paint is not dried properly, then chances of blowers, especially for crankcase, around the general wall in cold box, chances of blowers are there. So moisture after drying has to be checked. Then this is most important point. Number of damage assembly returned and reused with proper dyeing. Number of core returned from molding line. Identification to correlate the rejection. These are also practically, this happens basically for high pressure molding lines, especially the sockets basically. Normally we pour the metal per heat, number of boxes are fixed. If core is damaged, so to maintain that metallurgical control, the core assemblies may come 2 or 5 in a day, may come back. So we cannot reject the core, but this system has to be there so that any reaction comes, so that we can correlate the rejection. This assembly used after reused, rebaked, and after so many hours it has been used. If rejection of especially core scab or blow, if it comes, then we can correlate it. There should be a sign of process control engineer, then core shop in charge and quality control in charge. Date-wise, shift-wise, this record has to be maintained. And atom-wise also, basically, these are to be, these general guidelines I have. But in that particular day, that quality control engineer has to keep a record how many cores I have given in 8 hours, job-wise, atom-wise. So these are the parameters, process control parameters. Thank you. If any questions, we'll take later.
Thank you, Deshpande sir. It was nice presentation. It was nice, actually a good checklist for the everybody to follow. And now